we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.
Sona Malting Industries has been specially produced and packaged for the benefits of the family. Made from locally sourced sorghum, Agrovita is filling. It is nourishing, just as it is a delight. Oh yes, Agrovita staple milk is rich in magnesium and other essential vitamins and minerals. It is smooth, easy to prepare, and you can enjoy it with any soup of your choice. Egusi, ogbono, edinkaikon, atama. Mouth-watering delicacy. You can also use Sona Agrovita to bake bread, cake, and other confectionaries. Enjoy Sona Agrovita with your family. Sona Agrovita, quality products from Sona Malting Limited. Sona Agrovita, the healthy family's choice.
Do you want to be saved? Do you want breakthroughs in all life endeavors? Then, join Pastor W.F. Kumoyi, the Superintendent of Deeper Life Bible Church worldwide, on The Truth every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12. You can also watch us on Star Times Channel 103 or on our social media handles. The Truth. It promises salvation, life-changing prophetic utterances, and liberation from bondage. Make it a date every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. for life-changing experience with Pastor W.F. Kumoyi on The Truth on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12. Jesus is Lord.
On the news tonight, Senate threatens sanctions on recalcitrant NDAs as House of Representatives urges federal government to strengthen security in schools. INEC promises continuous improvement in future elections. Plus, University Dawn encourages religious leaders to intensify advocacy against gender-based violence. Good evening and welcome to News at 7 on Channel 12. NTA Abeokuta. My name is Zinat Eyuwawi. Now the news in detail. Religious leaders, particularly Islamic clerics and scholars, have been urged to intensify advocacy against gender-based violence by using their pulpits and community platforms to promote positive values and establish counseling units for victims and vulnerable persons. The call was made by a gender advocate and professor in the Department of Arabic and Islamic Studies, University of Ibadan, Professor Abibat Oladosu Usman, during the second day of a capacity building workshop for Islamic religious leaders in Ogun State, organized by the Center for Women's Health and Information in collaboration with Ford Foundation. Akim Jimo reports.
Islamic religious leaders and scholars from across Ogun State converged on Abeokuta for a capacity building workshop aimed at strengthening their roles in preventing and responding to gender-based violence against women and girls. A gender advocate and professor in the Department of Arabic and Islamic Studies, University of Ibadan, Professor Habibat Oladushu Uthman, said Islam upholds the sanctity of human life and rejects all forms of violence against fellow human beings. She stressed that the Holy Quran promotes mutual respect, justice, and dignity in marriage, urging religious leaders to encourage the fear of Almighty Allah, uphold the rights of women, and foster harmonious family relationships.
How best do we put the Quran into practice? We should walk the Quran, just like the Prophet of Islam was the best walker of the Quran. And I think if we walk the Quran, the society will become a better place for everybody to live in. Not only about violence against women and girls, it's about everything. It's about our humanity, justice in the society, fairness to everybody, economically, socially, everything. Let our government also learn from this. Let them do the needful.
Also speaking, the Senior Programs Officer of the Center for Women's Health and Information, Selwyn Jula Afachong, advised religious leaders to handle cases of gender-based violence with confidentiality, empathy, and professionalism rather than being confrontational.
The survivor who has reported to you, do believe them, do assure them, do make sure that it's confidential, the information that they've given you. Some of the don'ts we mentioned, don't panic, don't expose the information unduly, right? But also don't promise secrecy when the person is in danger.
Participants commended the organizers for the timely initiative, describing the workshop as enlightening and relevant to addressing the increasing cases of gender-based violence within communities.
They have to do more sensitize people to know that it is wrong, Allah forbids it, and the community so abhors it, to intimidate people, to deprive them of their rights. All right, so this is our responsibility that will definitely be discharged. So as we live here, this message will pass across, like I told you earlier, and Muslims in the Ogun State will have the feedback.
There's going to be a kind of bridging the gap, the kind of lack of conversation that we used to have behind the camera, sitting down together to have one or two conversations as regards a kind of issues, meddling things, So I think in doing that, it will alleviate some of these small issues that we used to have.
The workshop concluded with participants breaking into groups to adopt a code of conduct and study guide to support their advocacy efforts, while also reviewing the operational framework module by module. In Abeokuta, Akim Jimo, NTA News.
Still on the issue of violence against women, Islamic religious leaders in Ogun State have been urged to promote the Quranic and prophetic principles of justice, fairness, and dignity as effective tools for preventing violence against women and girls. The call was made by an Islamic scholar and gender advocate from the Department of Arabic and Islamic Studies, University of Ibadan, Professor Habibat Oladushu Uthman, at a consultative session organized by the Center for Women's Health and Information under its Violence Against Women and Girls Prevention Project. Lukman Adefeso completes the report.
Islamic religious leaders, scholars, and other stakeholders from across Ogun State converged on Abeokuta for a consultative session organized by the Center for Women's Health and Information, SEWIN, to strengthen efforts at preventing violence against women and girls. Speaking on the Quran and prevention of violence against women and girls, Professor Habibat Oladosu Uthman of the University of Ibadan said Islam promotes justice, dignity, and mutual respect, stressing that harmful cultural practices contrary to Islamic teachings should be discouraged.
If we recognize that men constantly at the edge of their family, and that is not saying that women are non-entities in their various families. So in other words, women are like the neck to the head. So without the neck, the head is useless. The Quranic model and the prophetic model is the best that any society can adopt. If there must be peace, we must eradicate or bring down the incidences of violence against ourselves.
Senior Programs Officer of SIWIN, Julian Afachong, said the project is designed to equip religious leaders with the knowledge and skills to promote positive values and challenge harmful social norms within their communities.
These people are not new to the conversation on prevention of violence against women and girls. So from what we've told them to this conversation is also for them to take on this message, use it for specific strategies in their religious centers that they can employ to prevent violence against women and girls. So the conversation is really around what can we do to tackle these enablers of these norms to prevent violence from occurring.
Participants called for sustained public enlightenment and stronger community engagement to eliminate violence against women and girls.
In the Muslim community today, we found out that these parental issues have always been a serious problem on our neck. But now, through this seminar, we have been told that Islam is quite against gender-based violence, that no matter what happens, we must not promote it. And I think we need to thank them for what they have done.
The consultation also marks the official presentation of the co-created Code of Conduct on the Prevention of Sexual Exploitation and Abuse for Muslim religious leaders, a practical guidance document developed collaboratively with Muslim religious leaders from Ogun and Osun. In Abeokuta, Lukman Adefeso, NTA News.
Arising from the persistent failure, neglect, or outright refusal by several government-owned enterprises, ministries, departments, and agencies to honor invitations from the Senate in the discharge of its constitutional oversight duties, the Senate has resolved to apply sanctions on defaulters. At plenary on Thursday, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance notified the Senate that the response to the committee's ongoing investigation into the financial operations of MDAs and GOEs is being undermined. Senate emphasized that it is not a matter of choice. Agencies, as required by law, must comply with the Fiscal Responsibility Act with regard to internally generated revenue, collections from stamp duties, operating surplus, and statutory remittances into the Consolidated Revenue Fund. The Senate has called on the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the head of the Civil Service, and ministers to ensure strict compliance by agencies under their supervision.
Enterprises, ministries, departments, and agencies to honor invitations issued by the Senate and its committees, appear before them as and when required, and provide all documents, records, and information necessary for the effective discharge of their constitutional oversight responsibilities.
The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to strengthen security around schools and other vulnerable communities across the country, while commending the armed forces for the successful rescue of pupils and teachers abducted in Orire local government area of Oyo State. Adopting a motion by Representative Abbas Adigun, lawmakers described the military operation as a major boost for the nation's fight against kidnapping and terrorism. Lawmakers stressed that every child has the right to learn in a safe learning environment and called for proactive security measures around educational institutions.
Congratulate the rescue pupils and teachers and their family on their safe return and sympathize with the family who lost loved one during the unfortunate incident. Call on the federal government to strengthen the security around school and vulnerable community to improve surveillance, rapid response capacity, and enhance internal agency collaboration to prevent future attack.
Meanwhile, the House has adopted electronic mode of voting by members on the bill for for the establishment of state police services in Nigeria, following the laying of the Constitution Review Committee's report on the proposed bill for consideration during Thursday's plenary.
That the report of the Committee on Constitutional Review on a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to provide for the establishment of state police services and for related matters be considered.
That this Honorable House do adopt a temporary order authorizing the participation of members in the proceedings of the House by electronic means, subject to the approval and direction of the Right Honorable Speaker.
I rise to second the motion, ably moved by the majority leader. So second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. That is it.
We will now go on a quick commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Stress has been specially produced and packaged for the benefits of the family. Made from locally sourced sorghum, Agrovita is filling. It is nourishing, just as it is a delight. Oh yes, Agrovita staple milk is rich in magnesium and other essential vitamins and minerals. It is smooth, easy to prepare, and you can enjoy it with any soup of your choice. Egusi, ogbono, edinkaikon, atama. Mouth-watering delicacy. You can also use Sono Agrovita to bake bread, cake, and other confectionaries. Enjoy Sono Agrovita with your family. Sono Agrovita, quality products from Sono Malting Limited. Sono Agrovita, the healthy family's choice.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.
Step into the world of Shanghai Palette, the heartbeat of Nigeria's palette landscape, where creativity and precision unite from the very beginning. Every palette is a masterpiece, crafted with precision by our dedicated technicians at Shanghai, where precision is not just a standard, but a way of life. Promising excellence that is 100% sourced and proudly produced right here in Nigeria. Choose Shanghai products, where precision meets pride.
Proudly Nigerian.
Shanghai Palette, where quality meets the spirit of craftsmanship.
Now the news continue. The Independent National Electoral Commission says lessons from previous elections will shape future polls with great improvement. This was at the Policy Roundtable on Electronic Transmission and Collation of Election Results convened by Yaga Africa, an accredited election observer group. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Less than 6 months to the general election and less than 3 weeks to the Osun State of Cycle governorship election, coming up August 15th, 2026, Yaga Africa convened this high-level policy roundtable with INEC and key civil society stakeholders to tackle critical vulnerabilities in Nigeria's election results management system.
In today's Electoral Act, which is the 2026 Electoral Act, electronic transmission of results is compulsory. The second thing that we know is that the IREF is no longer a portal for public viewing.
INEC will ensure that all elections in general and the 2027 general election in particular shall be free, fair, credible, inclusive, and transparent. Every valid vote will count.
Participants at this roundtable believe that all hands must be on deck in efforts to get the nation's electoral process right.
There is no substitute for full electronic transmission of results.
So the IPAC position for INEC is to conduct to rerun elections if electronic transmission of result from the polling unit failed due to communication, so network failures. This will rebuild public trust and confidence in the electoral process, as most Nigerians believe that their votes don't count, a major cause of voter apathy.
The policy roundtable focused primarily on navigating the electronic transmission and collation framework altered under the newly amended Electoral Act 2026. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
That concludes our news for tonight. I am Zinat Iyuwawi. Thank you and good night.
Sona Martins Limited presents glucose syrup. Glucose syrup extracted from locally sourced sorghum and corn into a liquefied sugar of natural origin. Sona Martins glucose syrup is gluten-free and tastes yummy. That's why it is the most sought-after glucose syrup by commercial food production companies as a sweetener, thickener, and moisture-retaining agent. As it doesn't crystallize, it is used in production of candy, beer, fondant, and certain canned food, and pre-made baked goods like brisket and cookies. Sona Martins glucose syrup is made by Sona Martins Limited. Sona Martins glucose syrup, king in liquefied sugar.
Newgate Exclusive Hotel and Event Center will have various rooms for lodging and accommodation, executive suites, double and single chalets. Come and have a 5-star experience in hospitality. We have a bar where we sell varieties of wines and drinks. Our restaurant is second to none with mouth-watering dishes, African cuisine, continental and local dishes, all at affordable prices. Our event space is suitable for all ceremonies, be it social or corporate. We'll have a big parking space and our environment is conducive for all. Our security is watertight and we have 24 hours power supply. We are located at Quarry Road at Abeokuta, Ogun State. You can reach us on 006-081-0672. Newgate Exclusive Hotel and Event Center, the sure bet in hospitality.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.